Why do you think that people settle in relationships? Or more so, why do you think that you settled in your past relationships till now?
I think, I'm afraid to answer this question only because I don't want people to take things out of context, but I feel like it's taught. I watched, what I saw was, I thought that's what a relationship was supposed to be. Like, parents worked, there wasn't too much affection, there wasn't like, it was just the woman cooked, she cleaned, and made sure dinner was ready, and the husband didn't have to do anything. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, so I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to do that. And then when I got into a relationship, I did exactly what I saw. And I didn't want that.
Isn't that crazy? I feel like we do that unconsciously.
We do.
So like, you grew up with parents.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with parents. I grew up in the hood, single parent family, my mom, and I didn't see that. What I saw was a woman, she, worked really, really hard. She did whatever she had to do to support her kids. She was a bona fide hustler. But when it came to men, she catered. Growing up, the dream, or that was taught to me, it was the quote-unquote the American dream. Go to college, you get a good job, and you get married and have kids, and that's it. You didn't really have dreams outside of just being a wife.
So your settlement is just get married, have kids, then do household duties. Whereas mine settling is...
Like, the number one goal would have been to make sure that my is completely taken care of, and anything else outside of that really just didn't matter. And that was the picture of what happily ever after looked like to me growing up.
See, mine was different. Mine was both parents. I had two, but still do. They're still together. Two different, both independent, living, like cohabitating pretty much. It wasn't like, I mean, yes, they're married, they're husband and wife, they have children, they're excellent parents. Yeah. But as a relationship, they're just cohabitating. So the settlement I see is you just get up, go to work, and you talk to each other every once in a while, and then you go on family trips, and then that's when you see the love. That's when maybe it's just outside of the everyday, like on the hamster wheel every day. You're getting up, you're going to work. Hey, what do you want for dinner? Or what do you want for this? And then that's it. But when you're actually outside of that every day, then I see where the love is with them. But it's still a settlement, because you shouldn't have to go on a vacation to know that you still have love at home. So that's why I didn't want that. I didn't see affection. I didn't know. You can ask any man that I've talked to. It's hard for me to give affection because I didn't see it with them. You can ask my brother too. I don't even think he's very affectionate because we didn't see it. With us, yes, my parents were super affectionate with us, but each other, I didn't know how to hold somebody's hand. I didn't want to. I thought it was, my mom would always say, don't touch me. And I know she was joking, but I say that to people now. Don't touch me.
So, like, why do you think that you settled in your relationship?
I feel like because even though I don't like affection, I want to see it. So when somebody gives me just a little bit of affection, I'm like, oh, okay, I should stay. I'm jumping for joy because, oh my gosh, there's affection. Even though I'm not giving it to you, you're showering me with all this affection. And that's like damaging to the other person, because then I hear people say, well, you don't even show me affection. How do I know you like me? Well, I did this to you because you never even said anything. You was cool. Like, you didn't say, hey, stay home with me and hang out. You were like, oh, okay, do what you want. You just come through whenever you want to type shit. Like, that was just me. So I was just like, after a while, after you've been in relationships like that, it's okay. Like, he'll come home whenever he comes home, and
so you just got like you feel like you get comfortable.
Exactly.
And conformity is comfortable
for
some odd reason. People settle for a whole bunch of different reasons, but I do feel like the main reason is because you really don't know yourself to even know that you're even settling. Just thinking about like all the relationships or whatever, and going through this whole like like evolution walk of spirituality and getting to know myself and really falling deeply in love with myself to realize like there's a lot of stuff that I just put up with in relationships.
We all do.
Just to me, it was like out of desperation of being in a relationship. It was almost like I was selling my soul just to be in a relationship, just to have someone.
If you're in a relationship that you're just settling, look what happens. Most of the time, you gain weight.
True.
You don't take care of yourself, so you're not dressing up. If you wear makeup, you're not wearing makeup no more. Your hair's not done. If you're a person that used to get the nails on,
it's kind of like you stop taking care of yourself.
You're just on autopilot. Like you're just doing whatever that person wants, and you don't
become numb in that.
Yeah, you don't take care of yourself.
But to me, that is like the signs of being in something that is unhealthy.
And depression
but
kicks in.
You don't realize that you're actually doing that until you start really. I feel like you don't realize that you're doing that until you really start soul searching and finding like who you are, because you do. Like right now, I'm constantly having like all these aha moments. Like, dang, I knew that was a red flag, but I ignored it anyway. Red flags obviously are there to let you know that something isn't for you and you need to be shifting.
And there's always red flags, but we just ignore them.
Ignore those because of the factor that we settle.
Well, that's just like people when they say like, oh, that girl is this or that dude is that. Well, no, not you. Just don't see what I see. You don't see what I see, and you constantly hear that. Oh, he's a good dude, but he's just rough around the edges. Or she's a good girl. She had a past, but I'm gonna, she'll change for me. People
think that people are gonna change. People do not change.
If they want to change, it's for them.
And that was like a huge flaw that I had with the inside of the relationships, because in the back of my mind, I'm not gonna lie, like I would see the flaw and I would definitely know it was something serious, but I will also think that I can change that shit, and you cannot change that shit. Like, you can plant the seeds all day, but if you ain't got the soil to let that shit grow, then it's nothing's gonna happen there. Speaking life into whomever that I was dating at that time, and seeing their finished product, and they ain't even trying to, get there themselves. It was like I was also settling and holding on.
That's just what most,
a delusional hold on too.
That's what most people do. Girls or females, males, whatever. Like you see a person, you're like, oh my God, they have so much potential. Like maybe I just need to teach them. If you don't know about finances, I'm gonna show you how to get your money right, or I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna be your ride or die. But basically, ride or die is, how many times am I dying to ride with you? Oh my God, I'm his ride or die. Oh my God, it doesn't matter if he cheated on me 15 million times. I'm always going to be there. I'm always going to be his number one. It don't matter, because can't nobody do it like me. No. Do say it too. She can cheat on me or whatever, because I'm always going to be here.
I was in relationships where I got cheated on, and that feeling alone felt like that was like misery.
It takes part of your soul.
It's like a death to your heart.
Your heart just breaks. And every time you hear it, it breaks. More pieces break off that heart. And then
you can't. I couldn't go to work. Like it was that much. That's why I can't date. I can't stay with nobody that cheat on me. It's that detrimental to me. Like, it's so hurtful. Another reason why I think people settle too is because they kind of don't have a choice due to their cultures and their environment. Like wherever you're trapped around,
you're stuck there.
Like even when I go back home and I see certain relationships or whatever, and it's extremely toxic, but because of the environment they are in, that's their they feel like that's their best option.
People have that mindset, like I don't even like to say it, like once in the hood, always in the hood. Like you want to have that hood mentality, because I hate to say that, but it's just like you're stuck in a box and you just can't find a way out. Yeah, it is. It's really like a cage bird. You're in a jail cell. Your mind is stuck.
Yeah.
You're watching everything around you. You're a product. You're really a product of your environment.
Until you
gotta break the chains.
Do that work.
There is so much in this world that none of us have ever seen and might not ever get to see, that we can't just sit there and be like, this person is the only person I can be with for the rest of my life. Now, you might find that. That's fine. But if that's the person that makes you still be who you want to be, then be with that person. But 9 times out of 10, you're with somebody because for comfort, or you don't want to be lonely. In this particular moment in my life, I am extremely happy. I have let go of a lot of stuff. Yes, it hurt. A lot of emotional stuff, a lot of stuff that I have settled for to be happy. And I am extremely happy right now. So I'm not settling for anything no more. Like if I like a dude, I'm not going to, my bad. If I like a man, a grown man, I'm not gonna sit here and play childish games no more. I am a grown woman. I am young 35. And I have decided that I want to be happy. So
I can feel you paying attention to your words.
Because it's just, I don't know. I'm just very happy right now. Life is going very good.
And that is a beautiful moment to feel when you know that everything is going good for you.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's a person making me happy. I'll just say that
no, you just in a whole
I'm in a different
energy.
Right. I'm in a different energy, and I know what I want when I do decide to be in a relationship. And when it happens, I'm not settling, and I hope that they don't settle either. If I'm doing something that they don't like or they don't want, then they need to say, "Hey, Ebony, I don't like that." All right, well, that's something I'm not gonna change. That's always been me. Okay, well then, how about we be friends? But the relationship is just not going to be there. We'll just be friends. We don't have to go any further than friends.
Yeah.
I don't care. I can have a million friends. We're not going to have sex. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about, what's your favorite book? What book are you reading right now? Or
that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's like we meet people and it's just crazy how I'm like, you don't read. You don't read. You don't want to learn nothing. You just getting money. You just paying bills and living. You're not living.
You're not living. You're paying.
You're just existing right now. And I was like, so none of your purpose don't matter to you, and like
find the reason why you were supposed to be here.
Yeah, like that's what I feel like this is all about. And so when I think about past, we weren't on that.
No,
we weren't on that at all. I was just
drinking and partying
and getting a boy, being in a relationship. That was life.
And I wasn't in relationships. I was in situational ships.
Yeah,
and
feeling incomplete. Always feeling incomplete because you didn't have somebody. And it was like the surrounding, like all the girlfriends. Like if it wasn't about guys, it was really nothing about. It wasn't about anything else.
We didn't have anything to talk about. It was just like, this dude made me mad today, so I'm about to go talk to this dude. And I know that's a younger thing. Like every male and female goes through it, because I know dudes have these conversations too. But when it gets to a certain point where you're like, okay, so I'm done with that. Mm-hmm. It's time for me to find something real, and not just in a relationship, just in a person. You can find a soulmate, and you don't have to be in a relationship with this person. This could be your best friend.
We ain't even on soulmate when you're settling, because you're settling your soul when it comes to settling for less, especially for less.
Just the purpose of this conversation is so if when you find out the reason,
never settle.
Reevaluate every relationship you've been in and the relationship you're in. If you feel like if you can't imagine your life without this person, in a good way, not like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna be devastated if I don't, like, in a good way. Like if this person doesn't make your mind grow every time you talk to them, like if you don't learn something from this person every single day, and they don't make you a better you, or you don't make them a better, you don't need nobody to make you a better, but it adds to you.
Yeah.
Then you do not need to be with this person. There are a billion people in this world. Step outside your comfort box. Maybe you only date a certain race. Maybe you should step outside that and date somebody different. I'm not saying like you have to date outside your race, but maybe date down, or date older, or date something different.
You need to know thyself.
You need to know what you like. That's all it is. What do you like? What makes you smile? What motivates you to get up every day? you need to make sure that you love yourself before you decide to hop in a
Yeah.
relationship. Not even a relationship, even before you decide to step to somebody. If you don't feel that you're not making yourself happy, you're definitely not going to make anybody else happy. Do not bring that negative energy inside a new relationship, because what's going to happen is your demons and their demons are going to constantly fight with each other.